You played Ark before?
Nope.
I have not. I know I have it, but I've heard about it, but I've never played it.
I don't know how to pick up fucking. I need fiber. I don't know how to get it.
Yeah, because that's the free game on Epic, isn't it?
Yeah,
All right. I'm
it's like
all set.
adult Minecraft. I love it, but or I like it, but I don't
Adult
know how
Minecraft.
to pick up grass. Right? Do I need to pick up grass?
I have no clue.
I was like, that's a very good question, but yeah.
Oh, tribe manager. This,
All right. We all set?
Let's do this thing.
yeah, let's go.
Let's get ready to bake this cake. All right, here we go. We should be live on Twitch and the YouTubes there. Welcome to the House of D, where the triumvirate of nerds, D Square, Volker, J100, we talk comics, video games, movies, TV shows, everything in the geek stratosphere, and even then some. How you guys doing today? Volker, check in with me. How's your week been?
Honestly, I can't complain too much. Coming off of a pretty hot end of the week with the PlayStation 5 reveal and
Mm-hmm.
going into
Yep.
a nice weekend, be able to spend some time with my daughter. Other than getting ready to transition back into my old job since my development rotation is done, and fucking Amazon delivering some of the worst fucking news about my
Yeah.
Last of Us 2 pre-order. Other than that, I'm doing pretty damn good. What about you guys?
Oh, I can't complain like just like you because it doesn't help. Ha 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 ha. Well, but J100, tell us, check in. How's things been going with you?
I'm going pretty good, guys. Just maintaining the stream momentum that I got going. I've had a
Mm-hmm.
pretty productive week as far as kind of like visibility. I was on the Surfs YouTube. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, the Surfs Twitch stream for an interview. So that
Nice.
was cool. Got to talk to them. I've been fans of them for a while, so it was really cool to kind of actually do some content together with them.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Mm,
is cool.
there's been a lot of protests. Well, not a lot, but there was a protest rally stuff going on, so I took care of that stuff, and
Nice.
I got some books and some other things getting ready for Mobile Suit Monday. I couldn't wait for your guy no more, so
Yeah.
I went to Barnes and Noble and I got me what I needed. So
Good old Barnes
Mobile
and
Suit
Noble.
Mobile Suit Monday, starting my Zaku 2 Red Comet. And we're gonna watch and we're gonna play Mobile Suit Gundam in the background. So
Nice.
Nice.
it's
That
gonna be pretty
sounds
good.
cool. Yeah, I'll
Yep.
definitely try and check that out if I can. Love Gundam.
Mondays at 8:30.
Mondays at 8:30. All right, sounds
Mhm.
good. Well, I know Volsker had mentioned our main topic already as far as the PlayStation 5 reveal, and we're definitely going to talk about that. But, I definitely want to continue to pledge my support. This podcast supports for the Black Lives Matter movement. Fortunately, uh, we've seen a lot of great images come from this, but then we also hear about Rashard Brooks uh, down in Atlanta, another case of an African American being shot by a police officer, reading the situation where he was basically running, confirmed the shots in the back. So it's just that's not the direction that we want to go. It's a really big mystery how even after all this, we still have yet another tragic story. So, again, particularly if you're a white person like me, just make sure that in your space, that you're retorting anytime you hear somebody say, "Well, Black Lives Matter, all lives matter," just make sure you're there, and we're steering our people in the right direction, even when it's difficult. And again, we gotta have maintain this past the news cycle. So I wanted to recognize that, and because I don't want this to be something that's, clout, just do it for the moment that it's popular. We're going to keep at it. So thank you, Jay, I know you're very involved, and it's just great to hear that you continue to do that. So thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, guys, and appreciate you kind of, noticing, I guess.
It's crazy.
Yeah, noticing, and that's the thing, is we all got to continue to notice, continue to be uncomfortable until the systemic change happens. And, I know there's a lot of people that have radical ideas and people pushing back against those radical ideas, but obviously the incremental shit isn't happening. So listen, I'm not a major Batman fan, but I got to tell you one thing. When I had a rough patch in my life, I watched the movie Dark Knight every night. And it wasn't because of Batman, it was because of Joker. And it was because I was fascinated with his logic of, introduce anarchy, everything is chaos, and chaos is fair. And it's really kind of true that our system does these horrible things, and look, now we're beginning to see some chaos, and I would just advocate, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Things just have to change. You can't keep up the system just because it's the system. So there you go. I got that from the Joker back when I was in a dark place. Still love that movie though. Still love it.
That's how it is. On stream, it was funny. I was playing I Want to Be the Guy, and I got stuck on a part like pretty early in the game, for like a good 20 minutes or so, and I finally like got to a spot. And I don't know if you know what I Want to Be the Guy is, but it's one of those games where it's like a platformer type of game or whatever, but there's like hidden things and things that kill you and that you don't expect, and all that kind of stuff like that. And I got to this part, and I finally got it. First time I finally got it, and then like I fell through a hole and died. And I had a Joker moment where like I just couldn't control my emotions anymore, and I just was laughing.
Yeah,
and I laughed it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
15 minutes.
That's right, everybody.
I might put it on Instagram so you can see.
He just acknowledged DC. Everybody.
Oh yeah, mark it on your calendar.
Mm-hmm. One of the few and only goddamn times.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into it here. Big reveal about the PS5. A lot of notable things have been revealed.
The router.
The router, the PlayStation 5 Quincy version, I don't know, Trapper Keeper looking thing.
Oh my god, did you see Pope's hat?
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If it was red, it'd look like Doctor Strange's cloak in the comics that like comes over. Lord forbid there be an Akatsuki skin for it. That'll be just too crazy. So yeah, the look has definitely been a source of, discussion there. $700 pre-order price is also something that's brought up. But we did get a list of games for the system. And I'm just looking at GameSpot.com here. So Grand Theft Auto 5, which we're going to have some more discussion about that in just a little bit. But Grand Theft Auto 5, GTA Online free for all PS5 owners, which is actually really cool from my perspective. Spider-Man, Miles Morales, that's going to be huge. Great. Love that they're making the leap to Miles Morales too. Grand Theft Auto 7, it's a great Sony property there. Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart. Project Athia, so that's a Square Enix and Luminous production, so that'll be interesting. Stray from Annapurna Interactive, a robot-focused game. That's cool. Returnal, this is another a Sony franchise. It's new. Sackboy, A Big Adventure. Okay, we're getting developed by Sumo Digital. Okay. Destruction All-Stars. Lucid Games premier action sports game called Destruction All-Stars. Kena, Bridge of Spirits, an adorable venture. Game developed by Ember Lab. So, Goodbye Volcano High, starring fantasy creatures in a hand-drawn art style, is an emotional game set in the end of an era. Will arrive in 2021. Oddworld, Soulstorm, bringing back that's title that haven't seen in a while. Ghostwire
Yeah,
Tokyo.
sequel too.
Yeah, is it a sequel to the original 2? Yep. Ghostwire Tokyo, that's from Bethesda and Tango Gameworks. Jet, The Far Shore, developed by Super Brothers. Godfall, Solar Ash, Hitman 3, Astro's Playroom, Little Devil Inside, NBA 2K21.
Oh, the Playroom. I can't get over that. You guys know the story about the Playroom when it first launched with PS4, right?
It had like a
Enlighten
bunch
us.
of pedophiles or something in it.
Yep. That and people doing like live porn and shit and interactive.
Hey
Yeah,
man,
it's typical with
gotta
anything
get your
dealing.
chatterbait on somewhere. Okay?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's gotta happen.
In the remake aisle, of course, is Demon Soul. So yet another remake for this system. Deathloop.
That game looks awesome.
Arcane Studios. Let's see. Assassins are engaged in an ongoing duel, and it retains the studio's well-known first-person stealth. However, things can go awry and require plenty of firepower, and you can restart the loop to rectify things. Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah, it's pretty badass sounding.
Resident Evil Village.
Yeah.
First person, just like Resident Evil 7. I'll never get over Resident Evil being first person, but I haven't played since 3, so who cares? Okay.
Well, you've never played 4?
No, I saw
Dude,
4 and
4
wanted nothing to do with it.
I stopped playing after the first 15 minutes of 1, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you. You know what? I'll confess this. I never played Resident Evil 2. I played the first one, loved it. The second one came out, and I was just, I don't know. I think I was just really heavy into like RPGs and stuff, and didn't even. And then Resident Evil 3 came out, and on a whim, I'm just like, eh. And then, I enjoyed it, but obviously it didn't solidify my fanship.
4 is awesome. I totally recommend playing it. It does go into a little bit more of the action, and that's when they actually finally started to refine the combat from the old like
Yeah.
days. But no, this is Village I'm excited for because it is technically, if you read it, it is Resident Evil 8. Because that's why they called it Village. VILL is actually for 8. It is a direct sequel to 7, and the trailer even showed a glimpse of a potential evil Chris Redfield.
Ooh, wow, okay. And of course, among the other reveals too is we've already chided about the look of the system, but they will also come with a digital-only version. So, what are your thoughts, guys? J100, start us off. What are your thoughts on the look, the price point, the games? What's in your head?
I don't care about what it looks like. Let me play it. Price point seems to be about normal for when it first launches. The game, these are supposed to be release games, or no, those aren't release games.
No,
they're
they're
just like for games that are coming out.
not.
Half and half.
Oh, great. Horizon Zero Dawn. Well, there was that one game. Oh, damn. There was one game I was talking about, and I can't remember what it is now. It was kind of cool looking. It looked like God of War, but like Destiny. I don't know if that's an accurate idea of what game it was. I forgot what it was called. You mentioned it. I just don't remember what it was called. But anyway, so that looks exciting.
Oh, Godfall.
I really don't care.
Yeah, I think that's it. Because
Godfall, yes.
Okay, that will be out this holiday season, so I don't know if that makes it a launch title per se, but it'll be out pretty soon in relation.
Yeah, I think it's actually cross-platform too.
That's great. I love when they do that. Volker, what's your thoughts on the look, the price, the games?
Well, couple things. So I actually got a chance to watch the whole conference, and first of all, the games that they showed got me pretty hyped. To Jay's point, Horizon 2, excited for it. I love the first one. Resident Evil, I think, looks great. I played 7 and I absolutely loved it. I think the innovation to move to first person actually helped rejuvenize the franchise because it was getting stale at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I have my points on Grand Theft Auto, which we'll touch in a little bit. Looks, I think the thing is fucking hideous. I'll be 100% honest. It looks like they're wanting to go for a router having sex with an Alienware computer and shoving it in your damn entertainment system. I will admit, I'm excited for the system.
Pause. What?
I said the design of the system looks like it was a router having sex with one of those mini Alienware desktop PCs.
Said it. He said it. I didn't say it. He said it.
But I am excited. At $700, which right now that is what was on Play Asia. It is an import site, so we got to take it for a grain of salt at this point. It could be, working at GameStop. It could be a placeholder price. But with them launching 2 systems, I'm not shocked because I can see them doing $500 for the discless, all digital, and $700 for the 4K Blu-ray player edition.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a little bit out of my price point to be an early adopter. So I will be getting it, but I'm going to have to wait.
Yeah. Yeah, the price point to me is, I think it's going to be more around $500, but like you said, there might be the version where there will be the version where it does have the physical medium there, and that may be more. I'm not going to beat up any console manufacturer too much on the price because let's face it, for multiple generations, pretty much all generations other than Nintendo, they lose money when they sell a system. So
Absolutely.
Sony, Xbox, Microsoft, everybody that produces a console other than Nintendo, they're basically paying you to play their system, in doing so in hopes of making money back on the games, which from my days at GameStop, new games still don't garner that much of a profit margin, but the accessories and everything, and now we have online services and, blah, 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 blah. So that's why I'm not going to beat up their price point. It's funny, PC gamers, they don't have to deal with that per se. And when I say they, I mean the manufacturers of PC parts and PC companies, they make money on their hardware.
They make a shit ton of money.
Yeah. And just consoles don't. So I can never beat them up too much. But yeah, at $500 to $700, that's not in my price range. I'm very rarely an early adopter. I mean, PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3, I was right there. But ever since that, I've really just sat back, waited for a price reduction, and then jumped on it from there. Now, of course, if Final Fantasy 16 was a launch title and it was Legend of the Four Crystals or something, then you might get me. Or Chrono Trigger 3, I'm okay. Boom, I'm dropping it. But otherwise, no. The look. It looks cool. I like all the memes, using, doing the capes and the Pope hat and all of that. But my only complaint, legitimately though, is that so right now I have my computer, my monitor, and right beside it I have a PS4 and an Xbox stacked on top of it. With that design, it's not going to fit, it's not designed to fit in like an entertainment system, and I understand that may be an outdated reference these days. But don't get me wrong, the Xbox shit looks ridiculous too. But at least it's symmetric, and you can maybe work it into a pile of hardware. That's just coming from me though. So that's why I ultimately don't like the design. The games, nothing thrilled me. Although I do appreciate that GTA 5 will be on the system, and so let's talk about GTA 5. You've seen the memes where it's in the same time frame we had Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. And in that same time frame since Grand Theft Auto 4, we've just had Grand Theft Auto 5. People a lot of people online, and who knows the exact number that actually references, but I see a lot of calls for Grand Theft Auto 6, a lot of vitriol toward Rockstar's way because they're not developing Grand Theft Auto 6. They're just, pumping money and time into Grand Theft Auto 5. I certainly have opinions about it, but Volker, let's start with you.
Yeah.
What's your feelings on this?
So this is a point in the video I actually posted on my channel as well about the conference. Obviously they're making a shit ton of money with this. They're banking like everything in their online system, which is I'm absolutely fine for. Maybe they should separate it and work on a campaign sequel and then just innovate their online like they're doing continuously. Now, to that point, I will absolutely be fine and I will buy it again if they finally give what the people what they want, and that is give us DLC for the actual main campaign of the game. People have been clamoring for it since the PlayStation 3. Like, give it to us. Like, not everybody spends 100 hours playing online like an MMO. So, like, at this point, if you want people to keep buying it, you have to give them something they want.
Interesting. So, more of the wanting more campaign. J100, what's your thoughts on this?
I mean, we got to kind of go with the trend and the future of gaming, and unfortunately for us, that isn't what our opinions are. It's seemingly that the new school wants similarly the same thing over and over again. They want quick, fast, easy. They want innovative, but kind of the old. So with that is probably going to come a lot more online stuff and trying to get where their money get as much money as they possibly can. So these kids really don't like or care about story anymore. And then on top of that, it's seemingly that these game developers outside of the RPGs are hurting for story development, or at least they need to maybe invest in that dynamic a little bit more. But as far as they go, for the letdowns that they've been, like, that's not where the market is going. So I'm excited for what the future may come when it comes to that. But like, I don't know. I kind of got burnt out after the third one, to be honest with you. Like how much mayhem can you really get into? The online part of it probably would be the best thing that it has. And so if you stick to that and make that as interesting as possible, it maybe can turn into an MMO. I mean, that's kind of what it is anyway, isn't it? I don't think about it.
Basically, yeah, at this point with all the content.
I've played a lot of GTA 5 and GTA 5 online, and it definitely is an MMO-ish game because of all the things that you acquire. When you first start off, you're basically relegated to doing some mission and robbing stores until you start purchasing operations like a motorcycle gang, or you purchase a warehouse so you can go out, steal cars, store them in your warehouse, then find a buyer for them. And all this is automated, by the way. Then they have the heists that require that 4 players get together and do this series of missions that all lead up to the big heist where you get to divvy up the potential loot. And so it's gone from that to, well, you can buy a doomsday bunker and you've got an armored 18-wheeler. And then we've got this other armored car that you buy that has missiles on the back of it. And here's the Knight Rider car. And there's even the DeLorean in there. So it's gotten really wacky and crazy. You can, of course, own attack helicopters and Harrier jets, but that's not even the most dangerous stuff. Now you can own something called the Oppressor, which is basically a hover bike with rockets and anti-missile chafes. A maneuverable. I mean, it's death from above. Overwatch reference for you tonight, and so it's just you can do. And the last thing I did is I bought a nightclub, that's kind of cool. But then I bought an arcade. You buy an arcade, and that gives you access to these heists that you rob from the casino. It's a whole Ocean's 11 vibe thing. So they get to interject all of these like pop culture things right into GTA Online and lets you enjoy them. So there's nothing. I just don't see what people are asking for that can't be put in the online version.
Good point.
But you're saying though that you just want to see more of the Trevor Michael story, so
Yeah.
you're right. People have been wanting more to that story for a while now, but yeah, Rockstar's making hand over fist with people spending money online. And mind you, as much as I play it, I've never spent a dime on it. I grind for everything I have in that game. I've never bought one shark card.
That's kind of how I play those games anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you got the crazy ass deals like right now, if you have it for PS4, every PS4 player is getting like $1 million a month of in-game money until it launches, and then you get the fucking multiplayer for free.
Oh yeah, they do that all the time. I'll log in all the time and it'll be like, boom, 500,000. There you go. Like, yeah. I mean, it's free money. So, and there's some cool story stuff to deal with, but not dealing with the actual GTA 5 story. I originally purchased it. Go ahead.
I was saying, you remember when it first launched and there was those rumors that there was aliens in the game and there was like all those tombs and like alien engravings throughout the city that people spent like 2 years trying to figure out.
Oh yeah, yeah. And there is actually kind of aliens in the game. You're high on drugs when you see them, but but yeah, and this is coming from somebody that purchased it. I
never got into this one. I like I said, I kind of got done with it at 3.
Yeah.
And then by the time 5 came out, I was extremely too far gone.
Well, Jay, here's a dirty little secret. This is actually the only one I've ever finished. And it was just because this campaign is just fucking, the 3 characters are off the wall.
Yeah, it really is cool because, yeah, you literally control 3 characters, and these heists I mentioned that you need 4 people online to do, they have them in the storyline when you have these 3 characters and you're switching between the 3 of them. It is really cool. I definitely suggest you at least give the campaign a
fucking Trevor, man.
Yeah. Yeah, Trevor is just crazy.
That actor is just hilarious because he's like that even on Walking Dead when he was on it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And they do a really good job on his face and the animations and stuff. It's just, it's a good story. So, but people want the next installment, and I don't know, man. Rockstar just makes a lot of money. There's not a whole lot of reason for them to develop GTA 6. I'm sorry to say that.
Maybe GTA 6, honestly, I think will probably just be all online.
It could be.
Could be the Grand Theft Auto of Destiny.
Well, like Jay said, man, that's what the up-and-comers want, man. They want...
I mean, but for me, I like when it comes to Destiny, I want to grind Destiny because I really like the story.
Yeah.
When it comes to Final Fantasy, I want to grind it because I like the story. When it comes to others, like
Star Wars: The Old Republic MMO is a good example of good story that you want to grind.
I just don't see a reason for me to get attached to outside of doing hood rat shit with my friends.
Yeah.
It's fun to roll around with Chris Fails. We had fun on that game together, and like we do a big heist. And then he fucking turns around and launches a grenade at you.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like him, man.
He's always fucking around.
Oh, that's fucking great. That is fucking hilarious.
All right, so we'll see if we ever get the much anticipated Grand Theft Auto 6, but so far it does not look like it. Rockstar ready to bring it into the next generation of consoles. All right, guys. Well, let's get in maybe some nerd news here. Let's see if we have anything interesting here. We'll go ahead and start off with this is from the 13thdimension.com. Denny O'Neil, dead at 81. Writer, Batman, Green Lantern, Green Arrow, The Question, Iron Man, Daredevil. Maybe not a household name by any stretch of the imagination, but definitely a titan in the industry, writing both Batman and Iron Man. So, again, just much respect to the family of Denny O'Neil. Again, is deceased at age 81.
And he was writing up till, what, like 4 or 5 years ago, so he was writing pretty damn deep into his life.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he had a lot of passion for what he did in the business, and again, he's not a household name, but definitely responsible for a lot. And so, continuing on with the Batman theme, this is real interesting. So, the motherofallnerds.com is saying that Ben Affleck and Jared Leto are reportedly developing a Batman series for HBO Max. Volker, I know you have HBO Max there. I see you watching it when I'm on my Xbox. So a couple exciting announcements for you. But what do you think here?
If it's true, I'm happy and weary at the same time. But as soon as I read Leto's name, I was like, "Ha, it's fake. Fuck him." Just be gone. But I definitely will. I still to this day wish they could do something to get Affleck back in. Yeah, I mean, I think they definitely could do something, even if it was animated. But I'll tell you who I actually would like to see team up: Affleck and Kevin Smith. I think could make a badass fucking Batman series.
Yeah, that's really strange. I wonder why they haven't really brought in Kevin Smith more, for the Batman stuff.
They're probably butthurt he never finished his Batman run back in the day.
Yeah. This may not be true, but I don't know. I'm just hearing an awful lot about, we had Henry Cavill that's going to be returning as Superman. I definitely don't think Batfleck is behind us. I
definitely think that these are rumors to spark your interest in order to see if that is something that you would have wanted, because that's where they should have went, but
True.
they fucked up. So I think it's just like filler, I guess. I don't know.
No, it's a good point. I also think, mark my word, next year, if the Snyder Cut does well and people like it, I guarantee you they're going to continue with those actors, or at least try.
That would make sense. Staying with DC and comicbook.com, more trouble for the DC properties here. This time in the CW universe, of course, they lost their lead for Batwoman. We now see that the Flash star Hartley Sawyer fired over offensive tweets. So, Volker, I know you actually watched the show.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts here?
Yeah, he plays the elongated man.
I have the number one issue of that, by the way. It's great.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. So I'm a little torn. He's done a couple CW shows. He's a good actor and he brings a lot of dynamic to the show. Some of the tweets, yes, were very misogynist and just off the wall, but it was almost like a James Gunn time kind of thing where this happened almost 7 years ago. They're not even recent. Somebody just went, "Oh, look at this shit," and now he's fired.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of shitty because CW is really hitting, some snags lately. And then just Warner Brothers in general, because obviously CW is owned by the same company with HBO and Warner Brothers. Rumors of them getting rid of or potentially selling Warner Brothers Interactive, which is Rocksteady and their teams that do the Batman games.
Arkham games, yep.
Yeah, like there's a lot of shit going down. Shouldn't we fucking AT&T, I guess, was the way we should reference them, since they're the fucking umbrella that owns everybody.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing. At least we still have the comics for now.
For now. That's right. For now. All right. I'm sorry, John. There's just a lot of DC going on.
That's fine. It's fine. I'm just over here, yeah.
Hey, we got a new Iron Man comic to be excited about.
I meant to actually really look into that, and then like life hit me in the face and I forgot all about it. So I'm gonna have something for you about that next week.
It's all good, man. I'm used to hitting people in the face.
Oh,
okay. Sorry.
But no, in all seriousness, it looks interesting though.
A little too hard. I probably should have.
Yeah, with Alex Ross on that too, it's gonna look awesome. And like I said on Twitter, it's funny. You're like, yeah, I don't know Alex Ross. It's like, yeah, you do. You don't know it, but you do. You know, you've seen. Okay, but yeah, continuing to DC here, IGN.com is informing us that the Wonder Woman 1984 release date is delayed, slated to open November 1st. The DC superhero sequel from August 14th to October 2nd, 2020. So, seems to be about par. I mean, with the pandemic and everything. So, it's still coming out this year. So, I think that's pretty good. Do you think it'll be as big as a hit as the original Wonder Woman?
I don't think the original Wonder Woman was a hit, but that's me.
Okay.
I mean, financially it was a hit, but I still have yet to finish the movie. Like, I got bored. It's not that good to me.
I enjoyed it. My daughters really hit big there with Wonder Woman, but yeah, that definitely seems to have died down. My only problem with the movie is it ended with another big gray guy fight, CGI fight. You know, it's like, okay, how many big gray CGI fights, are we going to see in the DC universe? So, but it had some real cool stuff, when she's fighting during World War I, the trenches and stuff, like there is some cool stuff there. So I am excited to see where they go.
At least she's hot.
You know what, she is. And I traditionally don't think Gal Gadot is hot, but her as Wonder Woman, I think is nice. Very nice. All right, so
yeah.
According to MovieWeb.com here, the Matrix 4 script earns high praise from both Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss. So that's Neo and Trinity. I hear a lot of that before movies are released about how much the actors like the script. But Keanu Reeves is not exactly hurting for work. So I guess I do think there's a pretty good chance he is actually impressed with the script. Volker, you're a way bigger Matrix fan than myself. But
yeah, I mean, I love the original trilogy. It is my all-time favorite trilogy. Even the downfalls of 2 and 3, it's still, when you dive deeper into it, there's still a lot of meaning. There's still a lot of going on there. Especially even like the referencing that a lot of people put kind of each movie's like mood and kind of just a setting and tone kind of reflects back to like the personal issues that the Wachowski now sisters were battling back then. And I think there's a lot more to it. And for Keanu, to your point, if he didn't like it, he doesn't have to do it.
Yeah.
Like, peace out. I don't need you. I got John Wick. Like,
right.
John Wick. Everyone wants to see me in a Marvel movie. Everyone wants to see me in a Star Wars movie.
Everybody wants to see him everywhere.
Yeah.
Bill and Ted 3. trailer just launched.
I don't know about all that, but you know.
Yeah,
Movie looks great.
I don't know, man. Those first two movies were not the pieces of art that people seem to be remembering them.
Excellent.
Other than Ian McKellen playing the Grim Reaper, that's cool. But you guys don't remember that, do you?
I think he's back because they said it's the original Grim Reaper actor.
Yeah, it could be. All right. You know what? That hooks me a little bit. That they got the hook in me a little bit for that one. All right. And continuing on pandering to Volker on IGN.com, Evil Dead 4, Bruce Campbell reveals the new director and that Ash won't be in it.
Yep. Breaks my heart a little bit. I think they, for at least for now, I think in the show when they ended it, fuck you stars, because that show was amazing and literally your top performer when you kicked it off. I think they kind of gave him his heyday, like get going, like into just into the future. But he didn't say he'll never be back, even though he said he retired from the role, and then he said this one Ash is skipping. I think what they're trying to do is do a soft reboot, like they tried to do with the reboot back in the early 2012, I think it was, where they were eventually supposed to kind of tie together and then continue. I think this is a way to finally get the female protagonist, which they've been trying in the actual original script before they hired Bruce Campbell. It was a female Ash. So I think this is ultimately the way they're going to go, is pass the torch and kind of continue from there. So I'm excited.
All right. Well, that's interesting. I mean, I'm not an Evil Dead fan. I've never watched the movies.
You've seen Army of Darkness.
I've seen maybe parts. I mean, sure. I don't know if I've sat down.
I'm also ignorant to this as well.
But if I know one thing, I know Bruce Campbell and Ash, you know,
Yeah.
And so that would prevent me from jumping into this one. I mean, they could at least do a mentor type thing. I don't know. I guess it would be the same thing with like a Transformers movie, you know, without, you know, Peter Weller doing the voices or what, you know. I think they'll lose some people there, but you know, if you're saying they're going to reboot
what are you
it,
supposed to do when life happens? If life happens,
Yeah.
like contract negotiations, all that kind of shit.
well, yeah, as a fan, you don't know, you know, the inner proclivities of that. You just say, well, how you're alive, come back.
Now there is some good points too that both Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi handpicked the director to take over this movie.
Yeah. It is nice that he absolutely has a hand in it. That's more than I can say for some things that have happened.
King of B-list actors, baby.
Yeah. So I'm still hoping we get an Ash, you know, cameo in the Multiverse of Madness Doctor Strange movie.
Funny thing that you say that is that's actually what I was thinking. I was like, well, he probably is going to be too busy working with Raimi, because if he's not going to be Ash, I think we're going to get the Spider-Man 4 Mysterio that we were supposed to get, which was rumored to be Bruce Campbell.
And he had showed up in all the original Spider-Man movies in various roles. The first one was the wrestling promoter. I remember he was the guy at the restaurant. I can't remember his cameo number 2.
Then was it the pissy ass butler for the theater?
Yeah.
And the third one.
So
like, hey, your shoes, kid.
Yeah, he better be. I'm for sure we're gonna see that. So.
Oh, we'll see him one way or another. I guarantee it. I'll be literally shocked.
Well, you know, in the world of superheroes and comics and movies, even video games, we all expect that the good guy is going to win. We hate it when the villain wins the day. However, according to people.com, Carol Baskins granted control of Joe Exotic's former zoo as Jeff Lowe has 120 days to vacate the property. I did not watch past episode 1. Jay, you have indicated that you have extensive knowledge in this subject. How are you feeling about this?
At this point, the state is just piling on Joe Exotic because they don't like him, and I think that's trash. But what are you gonna do? That's what happens when you lose court cases and people have money to be able to hold you down. That's what happened. That's what I see.
Yeah,
that's what I see.
Yeah, you definitely the better lawyer wins, which the most money spent on the lawyer wins. So yeah, so Carol Baskin is now. I mean, that's the ultimate teabag, right? Like back in Halo 2. I mean,
oh God,
she's fucking teabagging Joe right now, and she's a woman, so he won't like that.
No, it's V-bagging. That's what
V-bag. Yeah. Funny thing, I have random pictures of Joe Exotic and his husband's around my house. My next door neighbor, while my wife was gone, wanted to play a joke, and so she put various pictures of Joe Exotic and his various lovers and whatnot over family pictures, and we kind of just left them there. So
have you found them all?
Yeah, I think so. We've just didn't bother to remove a couple of them. There's like one under our TV, one on the refrigerator.
They should have put one over Colossus.
Yeah. Oh, no, that would have been... No, she knows better than that.
Oh, Deej, fuck this shit!
But yeah, instead of like... I actually think instead of a picture of Haley, there's now a picture of Joe Exotic and his...
sweet
Wow. Wow. The disrespect.
Yeah.
I like Joe Exotic, but damn, I ain't replacing family members.
Yeah, it's weird. I know.
Oh my God.
Well, that's all the nerd news we have for you this evening. Once again, apologize to Jay there. I know it was...
it was very tough to hear all this DC news.
Yeah. I keep thinking, like, okay, that's it. We're going to get some, like, Marvel... You know what? That's probably a good sign, though. Marvel's just, chugging, getting it ready. We're going to start getting our movies here again. So I guess just, working like a well-oiled machine doesn't make much news. But, we'll hear some stuff soon as these movies start going.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to retro reminisce for you guys here. I don't know how much you guys have actually played this game. I played it a metric shit ton in all forms with my buddy Terrell and others. But Marvel vs. Capcom 2, A New Age of Heroes, made by Capcom and released in the good old year of 2000, a year after I graduated high school. I was working at Funko Land at the time, and I remember playing this game a ton because I started working for Funko Land for the Sega Dreamcast launch, and this was one of the games. It wasn't a launch title, but it came not too much later there, and so that's where I played the majority of this game. But just all the best Capcom fighters and all the best fighters from Marvel vs. Street Fighter vs. X-Men, all into one. I still own a PlayStation 3 with some near broken controllers today because I have a copy of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 downloaded on it. And they have not made a Marvel vs. Capcom game better than this. That could change maybe, but yeah, so far this is my absolute favorite fighting game of them all. Again, I don't know how much you guys have experience with Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but iconic music, iconic stage backgrounds, 3 versions of Wolverine, Colossus, of course, in this as well, Iron Man and War Machine. The
Did you have
king.
Jill and Chris Redfield too?
Yeah, absolutely.
That
Jill's
was in
like
2. I thought that was in 3.
she is. Jill Valentine is in 3 as well.
No, but I'm saying that the Resident Evil characters were in 2.
Oh yeah, yeah. You could be Jill Valentine. She'd
Because of
summon
the rocket
Nemesis.
launcher and shit.
Yep, she'd get the rocket launcher out.
Shows you how much I know.
But I mean, Omega Red, Storm, Strider. Strider's cool. Just all these awesome characters who just beat the crap out of each other. The fireballs take up half the screen. Akuma, Mongoku Satsu.
There was a lot of that. You are correct.
Yeah, it's awesome. That reminds me of an old skit on YouTube, and I can't remember the name of the channel that did this, but it was like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 auditions, and it's basically like, if you don't throw a beam that takes up half the screen, you're not shit. They didn't let Mega Man in the game.
The same team that did Like a Boss?
Yes, it is.
Fucking, what is it? Because, now I'm curious. Like a Boss.
Yeah. So, well, it's okay. So Jay not play much Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
I'm not really into the fighters. I like Capcom, even though I just never understood the Marvel combos. I just want to Hadouken and and get it over with,
Well, you could mess some people up with Hadoukens in the game.
And so in my PlayStation 3 trophy hunting days, I was on like a streak, and I don't know. I think I think Marvel vs. Capcom was real cheap for whatever reason, and so I got it for like $3, and I put it in, and I was trying to play it, and I realized I'm not gonna be able to get any of these trophies. I am that terrible at this game. So I have it. I have the ability to download it again on my PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Because I bought it, but I've no, not that one. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, in today's world, I don't know how popular it would be. I mean, we're talking about, this is before assumed internet connectivity. So when I say I played with my buddies, it's like they actually came over and we played, partied and whatnot, just had a good old time with it.
Good old couch multiplayer.
Exactly. Back in the day when, I was living in my best friend's grandmother's basement, and we had 3 TVs and 2 couches down there, and, linked up the systems for Halo and,
fuck yeah.
Shit, man. We linked up our system for Steel Battalion. That was great. I took a whole week off work just to do Steel Battalion 2 online. Which, if you're not familiar with Steel Battalion, it's a mech game that came with this, 100-button controller and foot pedals and everything. It was real sweet. But nonetheless, Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Shit.
Yeah, oh my God. I can't believe they never did anything like that again.
Nobody bought that shit. That's fine.
It was expensive, but I'm telling you, it was.
It's like the price of the fucking Xbox when it came out, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, but it's worth every penny, man. You got to have a check button if you're gonna fucking die, or. It was fun. It was fun. But Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was also fun. So. Released in the arcade, Dreamcast, PS2, PS3, Xbox, and Xbox 360. So it was on a lot of systems. A lot of systems.
I think 3's actually on Game Pass. 3 or 4 is.
I had a good amount of fun with 3. I bought it, but I was ultimately disappointed that all the X-Men characters were ripped out of it.
That was during the time when they were fucking with them in the comics and shit too, right? With the whole Fox shit.
The dark times. Yes.
The dark times. And it is the Game Station that you were talking about.
Yeah, Game Station. Yeah, they did a
Like
bunch
a
of.
boss.
Malibu's Most Wanted. Yeah, I should have told you that one. Sorry. Gamecast. No, it was Gamecast.
Gamecast.
Bad.
Yeah, there's a bunch of funny shit out there about it, but yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 auditions. I would love to play an updated Marvel vs. Capcom game. I want them to bring back all the X-Men characters.
Wouldn't that
Or
be
the
3?
X-Men.
But
What about 4?
Or 4? Yeah, that's what I was.
The Infinity one,
Something
where
like
Ultron was like
They'll-
doing shit. And,
it was
They'll play.
Ultron and Sigma.
yeah.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of that. I still didn't. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll check it out. Maybe since then they've patched in a bunch of X-Men characters. So maybe I'll check that out because I would play it. I mean I'm not a fighter, but any fighting game that has to do with like Marvel characters, I'm usually hooked.
Well, on a positive note, I'm not sure if you're aware, the arcade machines from Arcade 1,
Mm-hmm.
they are doing the Capcom Fighters. So you will actually have the X-Men versus Street Fighter and Capcom versus Marvel in a big fucking arcade if you want it.
That's cool. You know what I really want in arcade is that X-Men. That's like 6-player X-Men, but
I think they have that one, don't they?
I'm sure they do. I'm sure it's a boatload of money, but I would certainly
Like
love it.
$400 or $500, but I think they have that one.
Because I don't even know if you can emulate that game. And you certainly can't get a 6-player option.
Right.
Which, why they should easily see, someone needs to hire me. There's a lot of money to be made out there. Like, how do they not have that game remastered on some online store where you can hook up with 5 of your friends? I don't know.
I'm actually surprised they don't, because they have like a bunch of other ones, like the old Ninja
Yeah.
Turtles and shit like that.
Exactly. I don't get it at all. Anyway. Well, let's go ahead, gentlemen, and get to our final segment here. What you reading, playing, or watching? J100, let's start with you, sir. What you reading, playing, or watching?
I said I was gonna read manga. I promise. I didn't. But that's because I bought Huey P. Newton's autobiography and some other historical books. I figured that since my stream community is growing and we talk about these things a lot,
Yeah.
I ought to know what I'm talking about. So I decided to get knowledgeable. I will definitely read the manga because, like I said, my homegirl is getting into My Hero. We are watching that. So I'm back at the tournament, the first one.
Nice.
Where they fight each other the first time. So that's where we're at there. And then as far as playing, I don't have anything I'm really playing. I literally just downloaded Destiny as we were streaming. And I did my cross save, and apparently I don't have to buy anything. I don't know. I could be wrong. It seems like I don't have to buy anything. Yeah. That's about it right now. Playing Final Fantasy 14. And so like I said, I'm gonna get into some specific anime watching, specific manga watching. I really want to get some of those things done while I have this time. I want to get that done and a lot of other things that I have going on. So, and I'll get to that when we get to the next segment.
All right. Volker, what you reading, playing, or watching?
So speaking of watching and anime / manga, so I actually just finished season 4 of My Hero Academia today. That finale was fucking amazing and just literally re-emphasized why I love this damn anime. Holy shit. I did finally finish Bleach the manga. So I finally completed that. I am sad to say this, the ending was very lackluster.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
still have hopes with all the filler shit that they're known for that maybe they can tweak the ending a little bit. But they definitely leave it open for some future shit if they want to. Other than that, I haven't really read much of my comics, so I need to finish or start Astonishing X-Men Volume 2. I got a couple backlog comics that I want to get through. And then watching wise, I am almost through the final season of Big Bang Theory.
Oh, nice. Cool. All right, so what am I reading? I actually have not been to the comic store. I know that I think there's a Marauders waiting for me or something. So I haven't been reading any of my regular comics, but I have reviewed some comics. Quantum and Woody, I reviewed number 3 and number 4. So those will be on the superherospeak.com website. That is a series from Valiant that I definitely think that you should check out. It's really, I'm just impressed with it. It's very current, so there's a lot of social media references that may not age well. But it's really just this cool story of these brothers, and they're not really brothers. It's a white guy and an African-American guy, but they've been adopted by another superhero, and that's kind of their mentor. But but there's a twist if they wear these bracelets, and if they don't clang them together like every 24 hours, they start to like disintegrate. So, and like the white guy's all like zany and full of himself, and the African American guy, Quantum, he's all like reserved and trains a lot, and it's just a really, really interesting and well done comic because it's not too zany, but it's zany enough to be fun, and it's got some really cool action on it. So, Quantum and Woody by Valiant Comics. I definitely suggest you check that series out. I know there's a lot of other good Valiant stuff, Bloodshot, Exo Man of War, things like that. But Quantum and Woody is definitely one you should check out. I'm playing Overwatch right now. I nearly downloaded Legend of or Trials of Mana today. I'm pretty sure that's going to be my next single player game. But I have been playing a lot of Overwatch. I really enjoy that game. I always do. I'm just my favorite character is Reinhardt, but I'm a lot better with Orisa. So I'm just trying to reconcile that.
Fuck yeah, man. She's a great character. That's why I play her all the time.
She is, because she puts the fucking shield down, and 8 times out of 10, before that shield breaks, your cooldown's done, so you can pop another one. And then like her just regular shot. It's not infinite ammo, but it just seems like it. So you just I don't know. I
love her
mows them
black
down.
hole move too, where you could just fucking launch it, and if you time it right, you can pull somebody back over a ledge.
Oh yeah, or that one stage with the giant hole in the middle of the point, and you just you just launch in the middle of the hole, it pulls everybody in there, and they're effed. Like, so yeah.
There's another one. I'm sorry. I tried, guys.
Well, I think if you tried with a squad, you might. I don't know. It's just fun.
That might be the thing. I always usually do stuff solo, so I kind of base it off of that.
Yeah, but also they added like a roll queue. So before you would just do it, and it'd say, "Hey, you need more tanks," but it never forced you. Everybody could just go DPS if they wanted to. Now you have to queue. Like, okay, I'm going to be a tank. I'm going to be DPS. I'm going to be support. So, it's a lot better. It's a lot better. But I'm ready for a
like a 6-year-old game.
Yeah. But I'm ready for a single player game. So,
well, you're about to get a single player Overwatch here within the next year.
Yeah, I'm actually excited about that. Very much. I'm excited about that. I don't know why, but hey, I like Titanfall 2. And remember Titanfall, no story, no nothing, just multiplayer campaign. Then they come out with Titanfall 2 as an awesome single player story. So I dig it. I'm gonna see what's going on. As far as what am I watching, The only thing I'm watching right now is when I'm not playing a video game or doing something with the kids or family, Rick and Morty. I started watching Rick and Morty, um, and it's fucking hilarious. So I'm sure I'm the last person on the planet to start watching it, but
Last person
I know.
in the world.
I know. I'm not announcing anything to anyone right now. Yeah, that's right, dickhead. It's good. So yeah, I'm definitely watching that.
Ugh.
I know I'm slow. I don't know why I need things to be 5 years old before I enjoy them. But that's it. That's it. That's what I'm reading, playing, and watching. So all right, we're gonna play us out here. Triumph by Wu-Tang. Here we go. It's playing. So Volker, where can we find you, sir?
Yeah, so you guys can definitely reach over to the old YouTube, pop in Volsker in the search bar, and you can find me in there. Just recently put a video up a couple hours ago, just going over some of my reactions, questions, and just WTF moments of the PlayStation 5 conference. You can find me on Twitter at Volsker. Once again, that's VULSKER. Instagram, I am Volsker. And I've made the decision that I am going to make Twitch and continue back on with my original Twitch from a few years ago. I am not going to be doing Mixer anymore.
Hey, welcome back.
So,
Again.
and then every Sunday or Monday for when you guys can check Podbean and Apple Podcasts right here with my homeboys.
Yeah. So, not to get too tangential here, but what?
Mhm.
So what made you, go from Mixer back to Twitch? I know you have a friend, Jelly Rose, who's big with Mixer.
Yeah.
Honestly,
it's a couple things. I sent you guys a couple videos just kind of talking about it and the fear of what's going on and the fact that they've literally stayed stagnant while Twitch has grown like 30% year over year. And I just don't want to sit there and try to put time and effort into something that at any moment Microsoft can just pull the fucking plug and be done.
Interesting. Okay.
So, and it's going to be used kind of a backup. Like I'm not going to be streaming every day. I don't think I have that in me as much as like Jay does, because I have a couple other projects that I want to work on. I have an idea for I posted for a couple books, couple screenplays. So it's kind of going to be something to kind of add on to the YouTube videos and shit that I do. So
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, you should I'd love to talk to Jelly about, if she's still staying with Mixer and why, or so open invite there. I think that'd be an interesting topic. All right, well, J100, sir, where can we find you?
You could find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch. What else am I on? YouTube, J100. That's J, letter J, ONEHUNDRED. Now, check this out. Monday, starting from now on until whenever. It's called Mobile Suit Mondays. Okay, so
Nice.
8:30 on twitch.tv/J100. You're gonna watch a noob build Mobile Suit Gunpla every Monday. We're gonna have face cam. We're gonna have hand cam. We're gonna have episodes of Mobile Suit Gundam starting from the origin, because we're gonna do things in chronological order. That's how I do it. That's all gonna go down. And yeah, so that's gonna be fun, and that's gonna be a thing that we're gonna be doing. And so I think that everybody should do that, especially considering that it connects to what we're gonna be doing right now, or what we're doing in here. You also can find me here at the House of D podcast every Sunday at 9:30ish. And yeah, so we got a lot of things that are going down. There's an interview with the Surfs that should be on the Surfs website soon, but if you go to YouTube, you can check out that interview as well. So I got a lot of stuff that's going on, a lot of movement, a lot of things. I'm enjoying this. Hopefully this can
Nice.
turn into a lot of new fun things for me, because I want this to be a career. So yeah, I appreciate all the new fans and all the support and all the subs and all the donations and all the other stuff. I got content coming from you guys as as soon as possible. So check me out on all the stuffs.
So there you go, ladies. Jade's gonna get his hands dirty building those gunplots.
Yes,
That's greasy.
Yep, just just like that. How yeah.
Well, we will be looking forward to that, whether we are a lady or a man. So good shit there, Jay. You can find me, of course, on Twitter at dsquare72. Of course, I would really enjoy you going to the show's official Twitter, and that's, of course, at the House of D Pod 1, where I share and comment on news articles, and I'd love to have you interact with the show. So definitely go check out at the House of D Pod 1. You can also check out some videos on my YouTube. Haven't put much up on there, but if you want to maybe catch up with some X-Men stories and whatnot, some other commentary, you can definitely check out that. And that link is in the description in my Twitter, which is, again, personal Twitter, at dsquare72. Aside from that, I am a comic book reviewer for superheroespeak.com. So go out there and check out my review, other reviews, and other articles that gets posted on there quite frequently. I do have some more Valiant reviews on the way, and should have some more IDW stuff coming soon. Volker may even get involved there. So actually, that reminds me, I got to send you that Shredder in Hell review copy so you can check that out and start that. That should be interesting.
No, that's one I've been waiting for. Every time I see that fucking that cover, I'm like, this has to be interesting. Like, I want to know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I really do just need to slide that over to you. So if that doesn't happen, please remind me.
That's what she said.
Ba-da-bumps. Outside of that, guys, of course, like they said, every Sunday here on the House of D podcast, streaming live on twitch.tv/dsquare72, as well as my YouTube channel. Thank you all for coming and visiting us tonight. Thank you all for listening to the podcast, available on podbean.com and the Apple Podcast app. Until next time, peace and love, and we'll talk to you again soon.
We love you long time.
Cowabunga.